Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to episode 169 of the FAB and Fearless Business Booster Short Show. My name is Yinka. I'm a business strategist, a coach, a speaker, and an incoming author. And I support women to create wealth in and through their businesses by helping them to focus on what matters most for the business, which is cash flow and strategy, and what matters most for the business owner, which is mindset and habit. It is both my pleasure and privilege to welcome you to this 169th episode of the Booster Shot Show, where each week at 1:30 p.m. UK time on a Wednesday, I come to you with a short, sharp shot to boost both you and your business with one powerful truth and one actionable tip. So if you can see and hear me live over on my LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook socials, then please jump into the chat, come and say hello, and let us get this party started. Hello, Fabulous and Zinga. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hello, Jackie, over on Facebook. So awesome to see you. Hello, Sharon. Welcome into the space, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me live. I'm so excited to share more with you today about the truth about sales. But before I do, ladies, come into the chat. Let me know on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you doing today? 1 being, oh my gosh, Yinka, things could not be any worse. Or 10 being, Yinka, oh my gosh, things could not be any better. Let me know on a scale of 1 to 10 how you're doing today. And I'll tell you how I am doing. Mentally, I am a good, strong 9. The temperature has dropped though, so that's probably the one that took me off a 10. It's a little cold today. It is not my vibe. I live in England. The wettest place in Western Europe doesn't mean I'm a lover of the cold, but I am all the vibes today. Today is Nigerian Independence Day. Woo, woo. Shout out to my compatriots. So excited to see this day again. All the things. And yeah, we're really excited to be celebrating. Hey, Dami, lovely to see you. Fellow Nigeless in the house. Welcome, awesome lady. Yes, excited to share more on this really important and powerful topic as we step in strong into Q for today. I love. And Zinga says, after an amazing coaching session yesterday, yes, I'm standing firm in pride and power at a 9. We love to see it. And Zinga referencing today being the start of a Black History Month for us here in the UK, and the theme being standing firm in pride and power. Thank you so much. Lovely to see you, Stacey. So good to see you and have you here. Stacey says, a secret squirrel 8. I don't know what the squirrel bit is about, but I am so grateful to have you ladies here. Let's talk sales. So, ladies, I am so grateful to Sharon Hurley-Hall, who is watching us live, and Adele Bates, who is possibly going to watch us on the team replay, because they have been so generous with their thinking and their insights to help me shape some of what I'm going to share with you today about the truth about sales. Now, I was searching through my archives. This is actually the 9th of the truth abouts that I have done in the Booster Shot Show series. Ladies, drop me the word truth. If you would love for me to turn all of those the truth about episodes into one kind of really easy to access channel that you can just binge watch them all, let me know in the chat if that's going to be something useful to you or your spaces or your people. That is something that I can definitely do if there is value in doing so. So let me know in the chat if you want that. But the reason I wanted to talk about sales today is because sales is possibly the most misunderstood skill and function possibly on the planet. Like, sales literally has such a bad rap. And part of why I think it has such a bad rap is because I think we don't really know what sales is. And which is a little bit bizarre to say, given that we are involved with, engage with, interact with sales on a daily, multiple times a day basis. And yet sales has just such the worst rap of all. As I think, or as you think of the word sales, what is it that comes up for you? Ladies, jump in the chat and let me know. Oh, I'm seeing truth coming through. That's amazing. Okay, cool. I'll definitely turn these into a channel where you can watch. I've got the truth about cash flow, I've got the truth about debt, I've got the truth about money. There's loads of different truths. And now we will have the truth about sales. So let me know, as you hear the word sales, what comes up for you? What thoughts, what ideas, what kinds of people, what experience, any adjectives, what comes up for you as you hear the word sales? Jump into the chat, let me know what comes up for you. Because what often comes up for the people that I speak to is the word ick. Ick, ew, like tension, like very much a feeling of wanting to avoid it. It is not a positive attribution that comes to mind for them when they think about sales. They think about sales as pushing. They think about sales as smarmy. They think about sales as somebody shoving down your throat something that you didn't ask for. I love what Jackie has said here. I love what Nzinga has said too. Nzinga has said, car salesman, icky, pushy. Sharon has said, pitch slapping, yuck, fear. And Jackie said, transition, which I love. And I'm going to stick for your first word for now, which is ickiness. Yeah, we have had many, many experiences of ick around the idea of sales. And part of the reason for that is because of the definition that we are told about sales when we look it up. You know me well enough to know whenever I'm going to talk about the truth about something, I'm always going to go to dictionary to find out what the dictionary says. And the dictionary says that a sale is the exchange of a commodity for money. That's what the dictionary says. The dictionary says that a sale is the exchange of a commodity for money. And I'm going to disagree with the dictionary. That is one form of sale. Yes, that is a sale for cash. Absolutely. I don't disagree with that definition. I think the definition is being inaccurately applied across all that sales get to me. So this is the first truth I want to share with you about sales, is that the part of the reason why we have so much ick around sales is because the only time that we think about sales is in relation to money, in relation to someone pushing, shoving, being obnoxious and annoying often. But that isn't the only form of sales. That isn't even the first experience of sales that we actually have. And so the first truth I want to share about sales is that the sales for money is only one type of sale. Now, we're going to come to that point around sales in just a second, because it is an important point and it is a valid point. But I want us to take a step back for a moment, because actually to sell, as Daniel Pink used in the title of his acclaimed book, to sell is human. To sell is human. And because humans have existed before money existed, it therefore means that there are sales outside of and beyond the realm of money. Jump in the chat. Let me know that this is making sense. We know sales and we talk about sales and we think about sales in relation to money, but sales is so much broader and further beyond the concept of money. Like, money is a human invention. It didn't exist at the beginning of time, and it didn't exist when humans were created, made, however you want to describe them. Humans have existed longer than money, but to sell is human. And so it is perfectly normal for us to have aversion, ick, negative feelings about sales because of our experiences of it, and also because it has been misdefined. Now, any of you who have spent any time in my spaces will have heard me said this before, and I totally believe this to be true, that some of the best salespeople in the world are babies. Babies are the ultimate salespeople, which throws so much of what we believe about sales on its head. It tips it upside down. We often think that being good at sales means, being great at words, having the right things to say, being really compelling and convincing, knowing all the right, NLP terms and, being pushy and all of those kinds of things. And actually, none of that is the case. The best salespeople on the planet are babies. Babies are fantastic at selling their offers. What offers do babies sell? Ladies and gents, jump in the chat. Let me know what babies sell. If I am positing to you that babies are some of the best salespeople on the planet, and theirs is nothing to do with money, but they're incredibly compelling and they're incredibly convincing and they're incredibly impactful and persuasive, then tell me what it is you think that babies are selling to those around them that would make me think. And yeah, I'm not asking you to read my mind. I'm asking you to imagine in your own. What is it that makes babies such excellent salespeople? I don't know if everyone's thinking or if they're all like typing furiously or whether the chat has stopped working for me. But let me jump and share a little insight in this way. So first of all, sales is absolutely about exchange. Every type of sale has some form of exchange. And so I love that. Sharon has said in the chat both things. Number one, baby sell smiles. Like you see the toughest, most serious people on the planet pulling all sorts of serious faces. They're ready to take themselves so seriously. And then when they see a baby, they start talking like that. Like there's something about babies that make people just go a little doolally. And that's not every baby and that's not every person, but you understand the point. They sell their cuteness, they sell love, they sell hope, they sell the promise of quiet. That's one of their most compelling sales. Because when they get going at 3 o'clock in the morning, whether mommy needs to go out or daddy needs to, doesn't care. The baby will cry until you help it get whatever it is that it wants in order to get that peace and quiet that you actually want to get in return. And so, yes, sales is 100% about exchange. But those exchanges are happening all the time. And as I said before, our experience of sales happened long before money ever came into the picture. Babies sell that cuteness, they sell that promise of quiet. But we as people beyond the realm of money, we are selling all the time. We are selling ideas. We're selling the concept of who and how we are as people. We are selling the opportunity for people to understand and buy into our values. These are sales long before there is ever a financial or monetary sale on the table. Let me know in the chat if this is making sense to you. If this broader definition of sales comes with a different feeling. Because actually, if you are a parent, you've been selling to your kids for years. It's time to go to bed. I don't want to go to bed. Why do I have to go? The child will start negotiating with you. You will be negotiating with them. If you don't go to bed now, you're going to be tired in the morning. We're going to have to go to school. To sell is human. It is simply an exchange of two concepts, factors, insights, whatever you want to call it. And it is about ensuring that that exchange works for both parties. So yes, it's absolutely possible to put money into the mix and say that that is one of the things that is being exchanged, but it doesn't have to be. And this is part of what is so important for us to understand about the truth about sales. The truth about sales is that to sell is human. And you sell many, many other things before you ever sell for cash. And so it's really important for us to understand that it is never about pushing. That isn't a sale, that's a coercion. That's a completely different concept. But when it comes to businesses, the truth about sales is that because cash flow is the air of your business, sales is your lifeblood. A business that doesn't want to sell is not a business planning to stay in business. And it really is as simple as that. Welcome, Daniela. Lovely to see you here. A business that doesn't want to sell doesn't want to be in business. And so I need you to hear me really clearly on this. I need you to hear me really clearly on this. If you hate sales and you are in business, you now have a choice to make. You can carry on hating sales if you like. It's not for me to tell you what to do. You are grown and so am I. However, your business is going to need sales to survive. So if you don't want to do it, you need to make sure that you can get someone who will. That's just straight up facts. If you don't like sales, cool. But your business needs sales. So how are you going to create what your business needs? And specifically, if you are a business owner, one of your jobs as a business owner is to make sure your business stays in business. And so if you hate it, cool. Then make sure you have someone in the organization who will do it instead of you. Make sure they are damn good. Make sure they are sold in the way that you are sold in. But the idea that you're going to have a successful business that doesn't want to sell, it doesn't exist. It does not exist. I'm happy to put any amount of money on the table for someone to find me a business that is successful and is a continuing going concern and doesn't sell and doesn't want to sell and doesn't sell. Find me that business. Cash flow is the air. Sales is the lifeblood. And so it is so important for us to understand that from a business perspective, sales is an incredibly powerful tool. If you run a business that employs other people, sales is how you pay your people. Sales is how you bring in the cash to pay your people. And the beautiful thing about that is that when you're paying your people, it's not just about them, it's about their families, it's about their goals, their dreams. Sales is the facilitator of the goals and the dreams and the welfare and the well-being of the people who work in and are supplied by your business and supply to your business. So not only, hopefully, have I taken the ick out of sales, you can see how important it is to your actual business. Come into the chat, let me know if you are picking up what I'm putting down, because I'm about to hopefully give you a whole new perspective on what sales gets to mean to the actual client that you are making that offer to. The fact is that sales as a concept is so powerful and so important to your business, which therefore means it's important to your employees and your contractors, people who supply your business, who you pay. Sales is what is keeping them in business as well as you. So let's have a think now about what sales and the truth about sales when it comes to the person that you are actually selling to. Because this is where we can often get that ick going, where we can feel like, maybe I'm bothering them, or, because I want the money, I don't want to be in a situation where I'm, being out of alignment with my values or out of integrity or anything like that. I want to make sure that this is a win-win for both of us. And therein lies the opportunity, ladies and gents, because the truth about sales is that if you have an offer, a product that actually helps people, that actually makes people's lives better, then sales, honestly, is a moral obligation. Let me explain. There are so many pieces of data out there, so much research that talks about the importance of allowing people to pay for services that are rendered to them, so that they have skin in the game. The money serves as an accountability tool, and it really supports them to take it seriously, make use of it, and see the transformation that you want. I've seen it myself in my own business. I've made people pay for stuff and they've gone on and they've used it and they've made magic with it. And I've given that exact same stuff away for free and it wasn't even opened. Same values, same content, same magical transformation waiting. The only difference was the price that the other party paid. It is well encapsulated in a well-known saying, which is those who pay money pay attention. Now, I would love for that not to be true. I would love for, and please do not hear what I'm not saying, because there are always going to be exceptions to the rule. I'm one of those exceptions to the rule. If I'm serious about something, whether I paid for it or whether it's free, I will get the max out of it. And I also know that I am pretty odd. I also know that the vast majority of people ignore the stuff that's free. Not only free, but low pay, but we'll come back to low and high and all the different types of pay. For now, we're just going to contrast between getting it for free and having it paid. And the fact is that most people ignore the stuff that's free, or they don't make the best use of it. Whereas having that money as accountability tool means that they will take action, they will commit, and they will see the transformation that you are calling them to. And so your obligation as someone who has an offer that transforms people's lives is to go and sell it to the people, not to anybody. I'm not asking you to sell your things to anybody. I'm asking you to sell your offers to people that will be helped by your offers. Is that a reasonable thing to do? Someone says, oh my gosh, I need some help. You're like, oh, I can help. And you go and help them. Is that a reasonable thing to do? Jump in the chat. Let me know if any of this is brushing up against your values and how you think about the world. No, Yinka, we shouldn't help them. Or maybe you're like, yeah, we should help them, but we shouldn't charge them. And therein lies what I want to be clear about, is that in the spaces for those of us who run service and knowledge-based businesses, even in sectors that are, much more caring sectors, altruistic sectors. So sectors like, therapy, healing, all of those spaces, coaching, education. These are sectors that we often didn't go into those sectors to become multimillionaire. That wasn't our initial intention when we started. But therein lies the point. If we know that helping people with our offer, offering our services to people and helping them to buy it and use it will help them, then let them and help them buy it and use it. And so the opportunity that we now have to understand is twofold. Number one, when we are selling or making offers for our offers out into the marketplace, we are offering it to people who have said they need help. Or we're offering it to people who are distressed and upset about something, and maybe they don't even know that help is available, and we can help them to find out that help is available. But the point is, we're not just offering it to random people who happen to have money in their back pocket and we happen upon them and we're trying to close a deal. Not at all. We are not selling to people who are not seeking support, who are not seeking help. And if we are absolutely able to help people, is it not our moral obligation to offer to do so? Is it not the kind thing to do? Is it not the nice thing to do? And is it not kinder and nicer knowing that if we give it to them for free, they're likely to ignore it, they're likely to underplay it, they're likely to not get the full value out of it? Is it not kinder and nicer, or however you want to describe it? I'm not really in team nice, I'm definitely in team kind. But is it not the kind thing to do to therefore sell them the opportunity to help themselves or get the help that they need so that they can get the transformation that they need? It is so important for us to remember what sales gets to be for the client. Honestly, I have been working and really transforming my own understanding and thinking around sales. And what I've come to the conclusion of myself is that sales, truly, for the people in this world who really care about making a difference, sales is love in action. Yep, I said what I said and I did not stutter. Sales is how we care. Sales is how we help somebody or an organization or a institution who have declared that they have a challenge. It's how we help them to find what they need, actually get it, and commit to taking the action they need to get the results that they want. They want it. They have said they want it. You are not trying to convince somebody that they want what they don't want. You are not trying to force somebody to take what they haven't declared an interest in. And so the opportunity that we have and the obligation, as I said, for me, sales is a moral obligation in my space. And for anybody who has an offer that changes lives, that makes things better, sales is a moral obligation. It's what the caring people do. It's what the game changers do. It's what the paradigm shifters do. It's what the status quo disruptors do. It's what the people who want to change the world do. They get to be part of a highly virtuous cycle that supports not only the client, not only themselves, not only the business, not only the families and the children and the futures and the dreams and the hopes and the well-being and the welfare that's relying on that system, but they get to change the marketplace. They get to change lives. They get to change paradigms. They get to change policies and systems. Sales is magic, man. I'm not even going to lie to you. I just looked down at the time and I cannot believe that I have had so much fun. And I've only really began to share the tip of the iceberg on the magic that is sales. The truth about sales, my one powerful truth, is that sales, in the right hands of the right offers, in the right businesses with the right sales, is magic. And so my one actionable tip for you today is to check in with yourself. How do you feel about sales? How do you feel about making the offers that you need to make, about going out and helping people? How many people have you helped today by offering them an opportunity to come and buy what you have to offer and to pay you in return so that they will actually get the most out of it? How are you helping people? Or are you shying away, making it about you, focusing on what it means to you, and doing them a disservice by not selling to them? See, sales isn't what you think it is. It's not what most of us think it is because of everything that we have been taught. But sales is absolutely a service. Sales is care in action. It's fulfilling your mission and it's supporting people who have put up their hand and asked for help to be able to get the help that they need. And so my one question to you is, will you help them? Will you go and sell to them? That's everything I wanted to share with you today, ladies and gents. Thank you so much for joining me live today. Please come into the chat, share your biggest takeaway. Let me know what you have taken away from this truth about sales. I'm literally just getting started. You can tell I could talk about this all day long, but it's a booster shot show and it is a short, sharp shot to boost both you and your business. So I'm going to let you go here. But in the meantime, let me know your biggest takeaway. If you are like, I want to feel about sales the way you do, I want to call in cash the way with the excitement that you do, Yinka, then feel free, slide into my DMs wherever you are watching me now with the word sales. And I'll be happy to share a little bit more about how my offers and services help women in business to make magic in lots of spaces. But in the meantime, ladies and gents, take care. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.